Hey guys, so what I wanted to talk about today is spoiler based. So if you haven't completed Left Behind, don't bother watching because I'm going to talk about the big reveal, I guess, and the backlash involved. So click away now, you've been warned. There you go. So anyway, the big reveal, I guess, is that Ellie kisses Riley, and so they're in love, and it's like a lesbian relationship, I suppose. As much as, I mean, why call it anything in a zombie apocalypse? Why call it anything in general? I really don't understand. It's just like love, and love is love. Like when it happened, I was like, oh, good for them. Like that's so exciting that they would take that into the mainstream with an interracial, young lesbian couple. Great for them. Like that's so brave of them in this society in general. Not so much in Canada where I live. Like for me, it's so. But I know it's a big deal in other places. So I thought that was really, really brave, and I didn't even give it a second thought. But then looking around, it seems like a lot of people were upset by it, obviously, because it's still not accepted in a lot of parts of the world, and certainly in the US. And I just think it's so strange and crazy to me that it's even remotely a big deal. Like, first of all, who gives a shit? Second of all, good for them. And people going like, well, who cares? It's not a big deal. It's like, well, it's not for you. They didn't throw that in there for you. It's because it was natural for the character, which, personally I was able to see that. And it's also for all the little girls out there and all the little boys out there, teenage boys, girls, whoever, I mean, whatever age group, if they feel, nervous or scared and persecuted, if they're bullied at school, if they are, afraid to tell their parents who they really are, they're not throwing that in there for straight people who generally don't have to face that kind of attention based on their sexual preferences, their sexual orientation. They're throwing that in there for the kids who are afraid and coming to terms with who they are and what they like and who they love, and that's why it's put in there. It's not for you. So, like, relax. There are plenty of straight characters for you to identify with. The thing is that there aren't a lot of gay, lesbian, anything, bisexual, transgender, nothing. Those characters are rare in media, so it's important that they are thrown in there when they can be. And then on top of this, it kind of happened around the same time that Ellen Page came out, which caused a big uproar too, because that became, well, who cares? We already knew. And it's like, yeah, I'm sure that everyone had an assumption. Again, she's not doing it for you. She's doing it for the kids who feel like they might kill themselves because they don't understand what they are and they can't change and their parents can accept them and they're losing friends and all of these things and are victimized, you're beaten up, you are verbally abused, you are, a huge number of things, and that's why it's important for these characters to exist. I understand that people aren't comfortable with it all the time, and I understand that there are religious undertones to all of these things, and everyone is free to feel however they want. I think that everyone should have the right to feel however they feel, but to turn it into hate simply based on something that you don't personally understand, it's just ridiculous to me. Like, be happy that these game developers and this person is taking a stand and not only doing it to protect other people, to save lives, but to do it for themselves, especially with Ellen Page, so that she could get out of her own shadow and live her life as she wanted to without having to lie about who she is on one of the most basic levels. I just wanted to kind of rant about how ridiculous that is. I know I'm probably going to lose subscribers and get in shit for it, as I always do when I voice any views on equality, but I just wanted to say that it's important that that happened with Ellie and Riley, and it's important what Ellen Page did, and even if you are straight and it doesn't have any impact on your life, it's still an important thing. I am straight and it still has an important impact on my life, because someday I hope to have kids and I want them to feel like they can be whoever they want to be without any ridicule or fear, and they can feel free to do that, and I want them to live in a society which encourages them to be who they want to be, and I think that that's important. I think it's time that we move forward and move ahead and get over our archaic views on society and norms and just love and accept each other and aim for something that's positive and just spread more love and less hate. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you have played it, your thoughts on the big event, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.